So that was a big change, and because of that, the seed quality also improved. The virus problems were solved. But what I'm saying now, like or even for capsicum, bell pepper, or hot pepper, do you find any fresh challenges for any rejected material because there is virus or anything?
Yeah.
Have you seen some challenges of late, last 2 years?
Okay. Yeah, having said this, the major challenge is export seed production is very, very specific for seed health.
Yes.
And in that more particularly is TOBR FE. So you test in India, they don't believe on that or they don't accept that. They again test at the customs clearance itself at Amsterdam, and if the lots again they test positive, then the whole consignment will be returned back. I heard there was one incidence of sweet pepper consignment got rejected. It came back to India. One incidence. So we don't have to worry much. What we have to do is strict sanitary measures in the field, hygienic practices as much as possible, and then finally wet seed treatment with NaOCl and hydrochloric acid after the harvesting and seed extraction. So that ensures 99.99. After this, God is there. Virus you can't predict.
So as a recommendation, we must mention that first, very sanitized conditions in which to grow this nursery. Seedlings have to be insect-free, right?
Yes.
Second, when you go to the net houses, again you have to follow very strict guidelines for people entering and going out and using your Clorox or something to wash your hands and then do the work. Because of that, you will be not having those. So TOBF, are you having any such problem in chilies? You said no, so virus.
No. So far, no issue.
Okay.
So far, no issue.
So basically, improved sanitation is the thing that if some people are facing problems, they should have better sanitation, nursery as well as inside. Strict.
Yeah.
So that you get that 99.9%, right?
Yeah. This is technical side, sir.
Okay.
The other major problem is administrative. Basically, the availability of farm labor. Today, labor charges, even if you pay 600 rupees per day, even some cases 700 rupees per day also,
yes.
labor availability has gone down, almost nil. And this is because of various other schemes of government and many other reasons contributing to that factor. And people are not getting interested to come and work in the fields. So farmers are not coming forward to take up seed production. That is one challenge. And another challenge is the prices of commercial commodities and the commercial produce has increased per acre area. So the farmer earns many times more in commercial crop growing than in seed production. So that also discourages. So this is one area we need to manage.
So is there from your side any solution for that? Like the labor is expensive. Are there any points we can reduce the labor in the because you have to do, because you are using CGMS now, you are still pollinating by hand, right?
Yes.
You take the pollen and the pollination.
Yeah.
So can we try stingless bees inside the net houses?
Sorry?
Can we try stingless bees inside the net houses to improve pollination? Bees.
Honeybees, no, sir.
Stingless bees.
I don't think it is feasible. Because of CMS lines only, we are producing 300, 400 metric tons of seeds.
Yeah.
The seed production has been made easy by the breeders. Otherwise, like tomato, you can't do that much because emasculation is not there here. That has solved a lot of problems, sir. And lastly, I would like to say is, farmer wants to earn more from seed production. To encourage them, the companies have to come forward and pay the proper price. Always squeezing happens at the production when it comes to paying to producer.
So you get better price by the exporters than the locals?
Yeah, I mean, the exporters have to pay higher prices.
They are giving you better price.
They need to negotiate with the importer.
So we should tell the local companies also to pay better price for local this thing. Thank you. Kashinath, you want to add to that? Otherwise, I want to go to next question.
Nothing else, sir. Only quality conscious they have to keep in their mind. especially to pass GOT tests and all. So farmers has to be. So in my opinion, every new players will be entered to for seed production venturing to every year. It is better before the onset of the season. So it can give training both for seed producers and crossing personnel, so that the quality we can improve further. And as my colleague already told, so it should be remunerative to the farmers. So
Yes.
what I come across, marginally the seed producers are getting profits. So as the produce has gone up, especially commercial value of chili, so it has gone up. So it is almost matching nearer to that, and nobody is interested. Only thing here we have to take some action to increase the procurement rates as well as selling rates, so that the spirit will continue, and so our Karnataka will continue as a major leader in seed production area. Thank you.
Thank you. So you want better remuneration for the farmers who are growing. So please note that down, because I don't think we can find solutions here. Let us come up with a challenge. Yes, sir.
Yeah, same
Aapki
thing, sir.
taraf se anything?
Yes, sir, same thing.
1 point. Yeah.
Phytosanitary measures, proper nursery techniques, and
Yeah.
good agronomic
Need to be
practices
followed.
will lead you.
Yeah. My second question, I'm sorry, for this question, anything from the audience for this first one? Yeah, Dr. Reddy. Yeah, can somebody give a mic?
You mentioned one rejection. There are 3 rejections happened this year. Import seed rejections, 3 are happened, not 1. You mentioned 1. 3 were happened.
3 rejections happened?
Yes.
Okay.
I'll tell you the reason why it is happening.
Okay.
TOBFRV is the one which has to be certified. What is happening in our, you mentioned also the problem saying when we test, they are not believing in Indian testing. That is not true. Why it is failing? The method is very specifically, they describe qPCR only to be followed. But most of the testings when the people are going, they do some test, give the results, it is free. But these tests are not enough to say it is not there. When it is gone and rechecked by European Union, it will get positive. That is why they reject, not that they are not believing, but the method what we are following, what they are following is not same.
So, sorry, is our method deficient or?
Yes, our method is deficient in some cases. There is another problem, legal issue also. This I wanted, industry should fight for this. Along with quarantine, any rejection happens, we should ask for retesting by third laboratory evaluation. If our test is, we followed the same test what they are following, if still they say it is positive, we should challenge them that it has to go for the third laboratory. If third laboratory evaluation. If that is confirmed, then internationally they will reject the consignment. If the third laboratory says it is free, then we have to get
They have
the
to
seed
agree.
clean.
Okay. Did you get that, rapporteurs? You are able to get that, so please put that in, because that is important. This is why some rejections are happening at the seed level. We are talking about seeds only. Any other?
No, in that only, in addition to TOBFRE, viroids is another problem. My sincere request to all industry is, whatever parents you are getting from outside, ensure that they should give test free, viroid free, they have to give certificate.
Yes.
You are not knowing that when you bring here, do breeding or multiply seed, and when you are exporting, when they ask to test, they will ask test these things. When it is tested, it is positive. But in India, except potato, spindle tuber, viroid, the rest of the viroids are not there. Where did it comes? It has to come through seed. And viroids are not transmitted through insects. It has to come through the seed only.
Okay, I just want to react to that. Mallikarjun, while you are getting seeds, the parent seeds, for making the contract production. They come with certificate of being free from diseases. When you get the seeds, you understand? When you get the seeds, yeah, are they certified as free from diseases from there? How do you import them?
Yeah, I mean, bigger companies like Syngenta,
Huh?
from them we get all those things.
From others?
But not religiously, every time we get that testing certificate. Yeah.
Exactly.
So I think you see, this is where I'll tell you this quarantine thing. I want to share my experience.
So
That,
some-
if you go to Australia, if you have to send seeds there, they will never give it to the receiver before making the test. And sometimes for certain crops, they have said 1 season you have to wait. They will keep the seed, sample will be extracted, they will do the testing. If it is free, then only they will release. So problem here is, seed comes, they have to sow within 15-20 days or 1 month, right? So there is no time for that. Either we have to develop a method by which within 10 days, and then the quarantine has to be so fast. So that's a big challenge we cannot solve here, but something we need
will
to
give
address.
A small solution to this. If anybody wants their seed to be tested, either TOBFR or Virites, we have a lab, we will do in 2 days, we will give you the result.
Okay, thank you. Yeah, I mean, for that, you need to grow the seedlings. Leaf tissue you can send, so you don't worry about
no leaf tissue,
seed,
sir.
seed going.
We don't need
Okay.
seed.
There may be other. Yeah, it will not be free.
But it will be, even if you germinate and give me the seedling,
Okay.
one day it is enough for us.
Okay.
What
So,
Krishna Reddy sir
so
mentioned that-
anybody else on that?
Yes, sir.
Yes, Dr. Shanmugam. Yeah.
I'm also associated with seed testing at College of Horticulture, Bangalore, at UHS Bagalkot. What sir mentioned that there is...
Yeah, yeah, Mike.
What sir mentioned that brown rugose virus is playing an important role for resection. VRL started working on a real-time PCR, what instruction from RPQs, and also what are things going there mean. Sir is telling RT-PCR, they are doing real-time PCR. That is some regions resection will be there. Then quantity of seed supplied by RPQs or company is less. They will just 1 gram, they will send.
Sir.
No representative sample. Generally, for sending a sample, at least equal manner representation should be there.
Actually, this
what?
is the sampling procedure for Virites and brown rugose, 20,000 seeds to be tested. When you give 1 gram seed, it is not 20,000 seed.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Even if something
Very small
30,000
quantity
seeds.
or leaves, no? Leaves can be also sent?
No. Export of seed, 20,000 is a compulsory. That is the criteria. ISTA is decided, and entire quarantine in European Union, they are following. That test is done, we have to mention that we have done this many seeds.
Okay. I think, please help us. If there is some, they will come to you. Make the sentence clear. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, Dr. Krishna Kumar. We'll open the discussion now.
1 or 2 points for seed production. Many of the viruses are not seed transmitted. But at the same time, in seed production plot, many plants may be infected with a mild virus, with a severe virus, with whatever viruses they are. Very often, I don't say XYZ company, very often if the virus or pathogen is not seed transmitted, I have seen that you collect the apparently fruits even from a partially infected plant, the seeds get pulled in many crops, I don't know, including chilies. In such a time, the seed may not be per se transmitting the virus through the seed to the next generation, but at the same time it will not be qualitatively good. My request to all of you is, every plant which has been absolutely infected, partially, mildly or anything, should be absolutely uprooted, and only from very healthy plants. There is no business to pull the seeds irrespective of the fact whether it is seed transmitted or not transmitted. That is one ethics and practices that we should follow. Second one is, I will blindly make a statement. There is only a madness in collecting the seeds. There is not even a little bit of attention paid for any of the problems associated with. Let us take examples of Ranebenur itself. How many companies take 1 or 2 acres of land on lease, bring all the genotypes, take the seeds that you want and throw the debris back, and what is it that you are contributing to nature? Many of our problems are coming because we do not follow the basic ethics of seed production, both in introduction and evaluation. And you cannot just wash your hands and say that that was in a farmer's field, it is not ours. There is a lot of things that the seed production, even from the private sector, they have to clean their hands. Otherwise, what will happen is, short-term gains will lead to long-term problems.
So you're talking about sanitation, no?
No, I'm not talking about sanitation. The other aspect is, seed comes from somewhere, land is taken on a lease, evaluation goes on, pick up whatever you want, and all other things you leave it, but ultimately the land is owned by a farmer where you have taken 1 acre on lease. And you may have a susceptible genotypes with all kinds of diseases we don't know, and then you leave it and go off.
Did you hear? Can you respond?
There are a lot of companies, there are a lot of
hear.
persons who are doing.
Yes. It's difficult to, from here, it is difficult to.
Thoda hai.
So the company will take the land on lease.
Yeah, I know.
So once the lease is over, they left everything. So proper disposal of land.
So that's also sanitation only, no?
No, that's not
That they
sanitation.
leave,
That
they
is
leave.
cheating. That is cheating. That's not sanitation.
What do you call it?
That is cheating.
Cheating?
Cheating the larger community at large. The third dimension is, how many seed companies can touch your heart and say, we have a very robust quarantine within our organization where we absolutely monitor the seeds, but that it is disease proof before it is taking. How many of you can really touch your heart and say that?
Absolutely, sir. Just
So what I'm trying to tell is, there is a lot of dry cleaning that needs to be done from the industry, small scale players, and many others. I mean, don't mistake it for being, because some of the introductions that are taking place that Dr. Krishna Reddy was telling is absolutely because of carelessness. The last one which Dr. Tikku I would like to point out, there are, in addition to the quarantine, there is one more issue involved. There is no collaboration or a synchrony operating between National Biodiversity Authority and the Directorate of Plant Protection and Quarantine, and they will know that some of the material, by the time that you really want to take sowing in the month of, let's say, June, it reaches to you by September, October, because even though the PPQ releases, National Biodiversity Authority doesn't want to give a clearance. And we have raised this issue with the Directorate of Plant Protection and Quarantine. For heaven's sake, all the government agencies come together so that the importer receives the material at least on time in good shape. These are some of the real problems at the grassroots level, basically because that I am also associated now very closely with that. With many of the, Indo-American, I am able to see this kind of a thing that is happening.
So how do we?
Now
how
we
do
have
we
already,
solve-
I talked
How
to,
do we solve it?
I have already talked to Dr. Hanchinal.
Should there be a discussion
I have
among the
talk-
parties?
I have talked to Dr. Hanchinal, who is a member of the National Biodiversity Authority. I have talked to the Plant Protection Advisor, and I told him that together all of you should sit together so that at the end of the day, you pay a lot of money through your nose to receive some elite material, and it should not be lying in some port of import just because two bureaucrats do not see eye to eye, and then the whole precious time is lost. But the most important point is, like we say, charity begins at home. Are you really following that kind of a quarantine before any material or seed that you import goes out from your laboratory outside?
Yeah, that system is not
There is a
really
limitation.
foolproof
We
as
agree.
yet.
There is
If there is a limitation, all of you should sit together and work out as to what needs to be done.
Yes. Just to fulfill our additional declaration or phytosanitary, that we are doing testing.
One more
Actual
point I
testing
will
is
tell.
not happening.
There is nothing called disease-free seedling. It is like telling I go to the doctor, I adjust my hemoglobin and anything tested. It doesn't mean I have no problems. Disease-free means only to the disease-free to the things that have been tested. Like he said, he may test it for a virus. But if you don't give a certificate for viroid, you will give it as a disease-free material, but it will have a viroid.
No, but they will give certificate only for
So
what
I
is on the
meant-
paper.
No, but the term that you use is disease-free planting material. That's the problem.
No. At the moment, we are talking of chilies. They don't get plants, they get seeds. On the seeds front, you are saying that whatever quarantine procedure is today,
Agreed.
need to be corrected.
Now another point that I'll tell in the larger interest of this seed production in Chile itself.
Yep.
Black thrips. The black thrips problem came not because of chili. The black thrip problem came because of somebody imported a flowering material. See, I would like you to address that it is a totally interconnected, not exclusive for chili. So a decision must go from this house unless the government of India bloody titles its quarantine. No amount of things will prevent these things. We have been hammering, let us hammer it once more. Okay. I will add a second dimension to that. You may import the plant material, some flowering plant, which is absolutely free of any of the pathogens we are talking, but it may have a western flower thrips palmi, where the virus is replicating, and that virus it has acquired in Thailand, which is very different. The issues are very complex. Like Dr. Tikku said, we have to go to the grassroots level
I
of
think,
what
yeah, that's
Australia...
because we don't have time. What we will do is, I think the recommendation is that this needs to be discussed among a shorter team representing all the stakeholders and take some decision. Otherwise, we can keep on because we don't have the solution.
But at the
This
same
will
time,
have to be
one
discussed.
last suggestion is, whoever has got any other suggestions, I find that this is very poorly used. Please drop your suggestions so that we get a better.
So anybody else on the seed production side of chilies, any point that anybody wants to raise, please raise now.
80% of the onion is a farmer produced seed. And one of the reasons why our onion productivity is very low is because all of them are farmer produced seeds where the quality assurance is lacking, and it is not very different in the case of many of these seeds where a farmer produces, he gives it to others. Maybe that there is but unless on a large scale quality improvement is undertaken but the private sector, of course, where there is money, you cannot expect. Some cooperatives like Nargund, what is that cooperative today? Not Nargund. Hulgund. Such people from their own side should go in for a superior selection. Cluster villages who are basically involved in superior quality seed production. These are the answers.
Okay. One last comment, Kashina.
Sir, in this, especially in open pollinated varieties, seed replacement ratio is very less. So generally farmers will use their own seeds. So yeah, what is happening here, what I learned, so the traders, they collect the seed from the shops and they will sell. So unless it is packed and labeled, so it will not come under Seed Act. So no seed inspectors can take action on that. So only thing, so department should give good awareness to the farmers and training to be given and awareness to be given to the farmers. What will happen, what are its implications for their production and yield, so that they will gain some experience and they will modify. Especially nowadays, youths are entering into our this commercial production of chilies. So phase-wise, it may solve the problem. Thank you.
Thank you. No, okay, thank you. I think we don't have time. We have noted down both the challenges and some of the solutions. We will put it in the proceedings. And of course, before making it final, we will circulate it among you before. That's it. Thank you very much. I think this can go on for an hour or so, but I think this is enough. Thank you very much.
Only half minute.
Okay.
Hello. You see, basically, I would like to end this panel discussion on a very, very positive note. Thanks to the efforts of breeders, they bred CMS-based hybrids. Because of that, the seed production personnel and companies produced 300, 400 metric tons. 4 lakh kilos is a huge volume. Half of export, half of India. 1,000 crore rupees of revenue being generated. And in India, we have abundant production of green chilies as well as red chilies. Export is also happening. A green chili per day keeps cancer away, the doctors say. So we are all healthy because of these efforts. Let us thank the breeders and also the seed producers who are doing this big job. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. So this ends the panel discussion on seed production, seed value chain and export.